wine of the week this week is a Chianti. A Chianti from Tuscany in central Italy is a really interesting wine. It's been through a lot of changes in the last 20 years, as have many classic wine regions and styles. And a lot of Chiantis these days are made in a much more, shall we say, international style, with the addition of some Cabernet Sauvignon or Merlot, and with aging in small French oak barrels to give much richer, much fuller, much more kind of vanillin qualities to the wines, and extracting more tannin, more flesh, more substance from the grapes to make much fuller, rounder wines than perhaps would have been traditional in the Chianti area. This one, which is the Berry Brothers and Rudd own label Chianti, a 2010 vintage, is made by a fantastic estate called Badia a Coltabueno, which I visited a few years ago. It's an ancient estate founded in the 11th century. And it's run organically, and it's run by young members of a family who are interested in the whole cycle of food and wine and gastronomy in the region. Run a cookery school there and make some terrific wines which are modern but not at the expense of the authentic fresh flavours of the Sangiovese grape and the Chianti terroir. So this 2010 is mostly Sangiovese. There are little proportions of other traditional grapes in there. And what I really like about it is the wonderful crunch and freshness on the nose. This is all about crunchy, fresh raspberry fruit. And there is a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of softening from large Slavonian oak barrels in which it was aged. But really it's all about that vibrant, crunchy, slightly earthy fruit, but beautifully pure. On the palate, well, that impression continues. There's only 12.5% alcohol here, so it's fairly light to medium bodied. It has a wonderfully crisp cherry and fresh raspberry structure to it. It has those dancing flavours on the palate, nothing heavy, nothing too leaden and lumping that makes it tiring to drink. It just stays wonderfully fresh. A lovely twist of bitter cherry acidity, which is absolutely typical. And that lovely kind of graphite refinement and clarity in the finish. It's a really juicy, delicious Chianti wine. I love wines like this, which get you away from the kind of big modern style that has become very homogeneous. It still says something about the place. It would be delicious with some lamb chops, and it's a really nice Chianti. So it's the Berry Brothers and Rudd Chianti 2010. It costs £10.95 a bottle. If you buy it by the case, that falls to under a tenner. And it's my wine of the week.